Hey, hello, I have a question for you. Do you actually long for a more fulfilling, more peaceful, more happy, and more relaxed life? Are you longing for definitely more fulfillment? So you're feeling that there is something in your life that isn't in place yet. You know, it could be your career isn't right. Maybe you feel totally overworked, it's too stressy, maybe even burnt out. Or you don't have enough money, or all the time you're just surviving and you're not actually doing a job or the career that you want to do, and therefore you haven't fulfilled your desires as yet. You know, maybe your health isn't in place, you know, maybe you're lacking health, you have some health issues, or maybe you're not fit enough. And whatever it is, this video is for you because I want to give you some tips on how to change that. Hey, I am Carolina Cummins and I am the founder of liberatinghearts.com. I am an energy healer and spiritual mentor, and I love helping women, especially heart-centered, spiritually minded women, to really love yourself as you are, and therefore creating the life that you love to have and creating more freedom within yourself and all around you. Okay, so let's look at the scenarios where you are lacking something, whether it's peace or more fulfillment, more joy, more love, more abundance, more freedom. All of this is always caused in or rooted in the fact that you're not fully embodying your light. You probably already know that you are a being of light, that you are a soul in the human body, and the more you are aligned with your soul or your higher self, the more radiant you are, the more loving you are, the more peaceful you feel, the more at ease and relaxed you are, and the more you actually know what you need to do in order to fulfill your desires and to feel fulfilled, right? And to get there, what we need to do is obviously we need to increase our light quotient. So we need to raise our vibration. And that means we need to have more love, more joy, and more peace radiating from the inside out. So all and every beliefs, thoughts, and feelings that are not based or rooted in love really have to go, right? Okay, it seems like a big task, and yes, it is, because we have lived for thousands of years in duality where we were mostly living from our ego mind. So now already are in the new era, and we are now coming back to unity consciousness. So we are slowly dissolving the egoic mind and coming back to our unity consciousness, free will, the one will, you know, being one with the creator basically, rather than having our free will, and then there is also our soul's desire. So it's a massive change, you know, and the more consciousness and the more awareness we can have of where we are in our lives and where we are living from, the better. So step one, you know, is to become more aware, to have more consciousness of what you're actually doing every day. How are you spending your time? Do you actually have a plan for your life? You know, like when you're starting a business, most people are creating a business plan before they're doing it. They have a vision for it. They know what they want to achieve. They have the certain categories that they might have to sort out, you know, and they're making a plan for each of those categories. It's the same for our lives. So we have many categories in our lives, you know, for instance, our health, our relationships, our family, our parenting, our love life, you know, romantic love, and our relationships with friends, our finances and career, our spirituality, our character, our fitness. You know, there's many realms, many say sections in our lives that we need to decide how we want them to be. So when we actually start consciously writing out what we want, and what we actually want to achieve, we can only do that. First of all, do that step, decide, and then to get there, we need to decide every moment in time whether we are now fulfilling that plan that we've made for ourselves. For instance, if you want to lose some weight, you want to get fitter, you want to do something for your health, then you have to make a plan. So how am I going to do this? What have I done so far? And now looking at what doesn't work, what's not serving you, and then look at what do I need to do instead. So it's usually maybe losing a few pounds, doing more exercising, actually, really moving. If the body wants to be moved, it's really important to move your body every day. It's just as important as you're sleeping and brushing your teeth and having a shower, it's part of that. And it's really easily done to not do it. So that's where you need to work on yourself. It's always a question, am I going to be lazy? Am I going to just slip up on this? And, it doesn't matter if I don't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. That kind of attitude. I know I've done that for years. And now I think it's the new energy that we are having on the planet as well. It's really helping and uplifting me to make a new decision, to really write down every area of my life, how I want it to be. So I'm now working on my fitness. I am doing more of that. And I'm also more conscious on what I'm eating, and not just, I'm feeling a little low, so I'm having this cake, let's open a bottle of wine and drink the whole lot because this was a really hard day and I had this bad news and so was not very nice to me. And now I want to lift myself up by drinking a glass of wine. So is that actually working, So you have to decide. Do you want to live from the little egoic mind that is always needing some comforting and pick-me-ups, Or do you want to increase your light quotient and therefore choose to not do those, follow those crutches, like the cake or the wine or the chocolate, and instead stay pure and raise your light or your love level by becoming aware of what you're actually needing, rather than giving it from in form of food or drink or distraction. And instead give it by noticing what's in the way, noticing what you're actually lacking or what you're needing, and then giving it to yourself in form of love or light. So filling yourself, with more light and love by using meditations. I shower myself with light if I need to up-level myself, if I need to increase my light, or give myself love, sending love to the part that feels somehow emotionally upset or low, and work that way. So choose to work on yourself. That means choose to live from your higher self rather than your ego mind. And there's many ways, and I will make other videos on that. So you become aware of where you're coming from. You choose that you want to come from your light and from your higher self, and that way you are increasing your light level. You're not going down and serving the ego mind, and onto that level. So you're staying aware, and this takes effort. It does take effort to start with, but by making the decision and making the plan, it will help you. And have it pinned out somewhere. Look at it, every day, every other day, if you need to start with. So you have a goal and a plan in your mind. And then the next step, the very important thing is if you want to become more light, then you do that by not actually fearing the dark. So the dark is absence of light. So anything that's not loving. So that could be an unloving behavior of a loved one. To not fear that, but instead to face it and to respond to it and find out, what is it in me? Why am I trying to avoid that? Why am I trying to run away from this? And face that. That would mean you're up-leveling your light quotient. So you're not avoiding, because fear is very often avoidance. So, I could avoid coming on camera because I don't like to be seen. And if you do that, you cannot shine your light fully, right? You're keeping yourself small, and you're avoiding the up-leveling of yourself. And again, you have to make the choice. So if you have that, then how can you overcome that fear? And, what is it exactly that you're fearing? So go deep inside that feeling and find out, what is it saying? What is that part that has this fear saying? What does it think will happen when you go on camera? What happens when you're seen or heard? And then, look at it, is this actually true what I'm thinking there? And again, if you're not coming from truth, then you're not coming from your light. So this needs to be up-leveled as well. It needs to be reassembled, it needs to be reorganized. So do I want to live from untruth? Do I want to live from the fear? I don't want to be seen, that's painful, that's like this, that causes trouble, that is dangerous. Or do I want to solve that, and do I want to look at that and heal the old fear that's usually coming from childhood? So, always have the decision to not buy into any fear, because then you would go into the realm of the ego mind and you leave the realm of the light, and then, you're sinking, you're lowering your vibration. Okay, so that's step 2. And step 3 is to know your why. Why do you want to live from your light and not your ego mind? Very, very important. I mean, for me, I decided that when I was very young, I was about 7 years old when I decided to conquer all my fears this lifetime. And because I knew I wanted to live from love, and in order to do that, I have to conquer my fears and to release them and delete them. And, that was actually my life's task. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to go to university and have the degree, or have an amazing career where I can, go on the ladder of career achievements and then become the boss and whatever. Didn't have that at all. I just wanted to actually really just dissolve all fears. And so if you know your why, so why, for instance, why do you want to have more light? Because I want to be more radiant. I want to be more loving to my beloveds, in my family, my soulmate. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to live in harmony together and for myself. I want to be at peace at all times. I want to be younger and healthier for as long as possible. I want to be strong in myself and in my body. I want to attract more like-minded people who are also radiating love and joy and peace. And I want to fulfill my soul's purpose and shine my light. So that is my big why. So if you start creating your big why, if you actually write it out today, or in the next few days, make it your number 1 goal to do, because that's the first step you need in order to actually get there. So the strong why is a feeling, it's a feeling level experience. Not because you want to have certain things, but because you want to feel radiant, loving, peaceful, strong, invincible. Nothing will throw you, when life comes with a negative something or a bad news, or someone is not very pleasant to you. That's why. Okay? So now the step 1, again, become aware of what you need to uncreate, basically. What you need to do to work on yourself, to work on your ego mind, to work on the little me, and to upgrade her and uplift her onto the higher self level. What do you need to do for that? Sometimes it's to find out what's holding you back, and not to actually feed the ego when she's feeling low, or she wants to have the bottle of wine or the cake or the chocolate. Then the second step is to not fear anything dark, anything that's unloving, because that needs to be resolved. And the more you resolve it within yourself, and I can help you with that if you want to have, you know, one-to-one mentoring and one-to-one energy healing work. I will leave my link below the video here, so you can contact me and find out more about my work. And yeah, so not to fear the dark in any form. So the dark is anything that's lacking love or light. And then step 3 is to know your big why and live by that, and that will make you strong. You know, so to up level your life and to become more radiant and to fully embody your light more and to live one-to-one with your higher self. These 3 steps are really needed, and the most important one is to know your why and live by that. Okay, let me know if this was helpful by giving me a like, subscribe to my channel, and watch the next video that's coming up here on either side. I'm going to talk more about how to get out of negative thinking, basically, what you can do to help yourself. Okay, have a lovely remaining day, and until next week, take care and lots of love.